As the tide goes out in Mont-Saint-Michel Bay in France, strange steaks emerge as far as the eye can see. These steaks are known as bouchots. There are over 320,000 here, and they're used to grow mussels.
We stock the bay from roughly May to September, and then we cultivate the mussels. We use nets to keep them in place, and we take some off if the bouchot becomes too densely populated to ensure high-quality mussels.
On en fait tomber aussi pour pas qu'il y en ait trop épais pour essayer d'avoir une qualité de moule.
An undeniable quality. This summer, the bouchot mussel was granted protected origin status by the EU, which set up this legal framework to support producers and protect the reputation of regional foods.
This means that producers from other regions, like Germany, Poland, Italy, cannot use the same name. The name is registered with the European Union, and so the other advantage is that the EU will intervene if a producer from outside of the EU infringes this law.
In 2006, the Mont-Saint-Michel Bay mussels were awarded the French AOC label, Appellation d'origine contrôlée, meaning controlled designation of origin. It's the first time this label has been awarded to seafood, and there are very specific criteria.
This is an AOC mussel. It's 4 centimeters long, maybe a little more, and it has this orangey-yellow color, which is very typical of Mont-Saint-Michel Bay mussels.
Cette couleur un peu jaune-orangé qui est vraiment typique des moules de la baie du Mont-Saint-Michel.
The bay produces 10 to 12,000 tons of mussels every year. With 70,000 tons produced overall in France per year, there's clearly not enough to satisfy the French, who consume twice this amount. And so mussels are imported from Ireland, Greece, Italy, and it's not always easy to tell the difference.
As far as consumers are concerned, a mussel is a mussel, and we wanted to identify our product so that if consumers want to buy our mussels, then they just have to look for the AOC label, and this gives them the guarantee that they are indeed buying Mont-Saint-Michel Bay mussels.
Qu'ils mangent et pour le retrouver facilement. The
bouchot technique really is a French speciality, used in a region stretching from the south of the Charente up to the north of Normandy. But the mussels don't all taste the same. They do vary from bay to bay, and this is where the AOC label comes in, to guarantee that these mussels were grown in Mont-Saint-Michel Bay, and they have that specific flavor you get from the Mont-Saint-Michel Bay.
So what is this famous flavor? To find out, we head to Cancale at the other end of the bay. And in this restaurant, of course, the local mussels are the star ingredient.
This is a raw bouchot mussel. There's normally 26% flesh for a 4-centimeter mussel. It's a little bit sweeter this year, lots of flavor. The flesh is quite firm. It's a meaty mussel, salty and rich in iron and calcium.
C'est une moule qui est charnue, iodée, riche en fer, en calcium.
And also in vitamin B12 and omega-3. Very healthy and easy to prepare. The basic recipe using butter, onions and white wine is called marinière.
Donc on va faire fondre le beurre.
We melt the butter and then we sweat the onions in the butter.
Dans le beurre. Nous allons déglacer donc.
We deglaze with muscadet. You can hear the onions sizzling. We then add the mussels, cover, and let them steam until they open. It doesn't take very long.
Nous allons couvrir jusqu'à ce que les moules s'ouvrent en fait. Le temps de
cuisson. It varies from 2 to 3 minutes.
Ça varie de 2 à 3 minutes.
And food lovers can also order mussels in a cream, curry or tandoori sauce, or in cider, which is the local specialty. It's the same recipe as the marinière, except it's deglazed with cider, and there's the addition of crème fraîche.
So here we have mussels with cider, made using bouchot mussels, cream and local cider. These are ready to eat. Mussels are easy to prepare. The difficult part is the cooking time, because you have to be spot on. Because if a mussel isn't cooked properly, then it can become indigestible. And if it's overcooked, it goes rubbery and loses its taste.
Legend has it that the bouchot technique was invented by chance in the 13th century by an Irishman shipwrecked off the Charente coast. Bouchot mussels have since become very much part of French culture, and the European Union is set to give them a new classification, the TSG, Traditional Specialty Guaranteed, in the near future. And until then, do note that the season for Mont-Saint-Michel Bay mussels lasts until mid-February.
The new technologies, the latest digital innovations and their impact on society. Tech24, the unmissable high-tech rendezvous, every Monday at 4:45 p.m. Paris time on France 24.
He was a national hero and a charismatic leader. Massoud, the Lion of Panjshir. Massoud the Afghan. He was assassinated in 2001, 2 days before the September 11th attacks. 10 years on, France 24 returned to the homeland of the man who personified Afghan resistance to the Taliban and to the Soviet occupation prior to that. Massoud, the Lion of Panjshir. Wednesday, 10:15 a.m. Paris time on France 24.
Niger's government denies hundreds of Libyan cars crossed over on Monday, saying there were only 3 and that they were carrying just the former head of security. Striking Italians and protesting Spaniards, a day of unrest in southern Europe over economic reforms that the public believe will hit them hard. And the Arab League may have to wait to tell Syria how to fix its problems. It's supposed to visit Damascus on Wednesday to talk over reform plans, but Syria's asked for a postponement.